Alright, as always, I have failed to beat a monster. Now I gotta run away. Alright, 6. That is above 5. I've been redoing this opening so many times because I wanted to get some energy in it, and I keep landing on a 6. I feel like all my dies are loaded. Even my fire and dice die is loaded. These what are these, 10-sided die? No, this one's a 12. This one's, I know it says 60 and 40 on it, but I think this is basically like a 10-sided die. This one's another 12. Anyway, I only bring up these die because this is how I play the game. I have all the expansions for you today, for Apocalypse Munchkin, but I don't have the board. The board comes with the deluxe edition, but the board is unnecessary to play the game. If you have a die that can go to level 9, then that's perfectly adequate towards playing any Munchkin game. I'd rather do it that way. I think I use this die. This is my lucky die. So, even though it has, you know, it's 70 and 20, you get the idea, you know. Don't be dumb. So, anyway, it's been hard to play Munchkin because of quarantine rules and all this craziness. It's important craziness, you know. Stay safe, please. But it hindered me getting to this review, which is ironic because a lot of people would say we're in an apocalypse right now, and I can't play Apocalypse Munchkin, which is so relevant and so cathartic in many ways. Let's go through the classes. So the first class is the kid, and a kid gets immortality, which means kids never get eaten by monsters. Any death result becomes lose a level. So that's awesome. And everybody knows when you die, you got to get rid of all your items. You got to get rid of all your crap. And especially in Apocalypse Munchkin, there is a twist. If all of the seals, we're going to get to the seals. But if all of these seals are open, then whoever has the most amount of stuff wins the game. So if you don't die, you can get the most amount of stuff in the game. If people don't steal it from you or use cards against you in any crazy way, that's the way to do it. So Kid is very helpful for this variant of Munchkin, and just helpful in general. They have a slingshot ability. You may give +5 to the Munchkin side in any combat you are not involved in. So, like, not like incredibly amazing, but I don't know, it's an ability. Maybe you can make some deals with people. We also have Daredevil. You get the Adrenaline Junkie. If there is a monster on top of the door discards, you may look for trouble against it. So you can really boost your levels that way, if that is available to you. Daring Escape. You may try to run away from any disaster as though it were a monster. If you fail, lose a level in addition to the disaster's effects. So, it's up to you. It kind of reminds me of Thief in the original Munchkin, in which a lot of people did not want to even take the chance of losing a level, so they never used the ability. I think the Thief ability was to steal. So, nobody ever... Some people would, you know, and it would, you know, if it was a important card, it was worth it. If you felt like you were going to lose without it, it was worth it. Sometimes there's things in Munchkin where you can make quick decisions and they'll help you win the game. So, you know, use at your discretion. Use wisely. Use when you have no more chances. All right, we also have Militia. I was ready for that. Discard 2 cards to cancel a disaster as it is played. Not bad, not bad. My weapon is bigger. As long as you have free hands, you may count any one-handed item as 2-hands item, giving an extra +3. So this guy's packing some power, you know. All-round good class. You know, so far we haven't seen any crazy weak classes. Scientist. Technobabble to the rescue. Instead of looting the room, A scientist may discard 2 cards from his hand to close a seal. All right, so he can help close seals. And 7 seals, the game's over. Like I said, whoever has the most stuff wins. Atomic transmutation. Before the charity phase on your turn, you may discard 1 door from your hand and draw face down treasure or vice versa. That's pretty awesome. You want to keep getting treasure. Scientist is the treasure man. And then last we have blogger. Read all about it. Anytime a seal opens, you get an extra page. You get extra page views. Draw a face down door card. So there you go. So when a seal opens, you get a face down door card. All right, makes sense. It goes along with the archetype of the blogger. A fine wine. Whenever you lose a level, you complain online and draw a face-up treasure. Now that's just awesome, because how many times have people lost a level, been really upset, and everyone's like, well, F you, that's Munchkin. There you go. So you actually get something for losing a level. That's awesome. I like the blogger. All right, guys, now we have seals. So, seals are an interesting part of this game. You can decide to play with them or not. It's really up to you. I like to play with them. They're basically the equivalent to dungeons. If you've ever played with dungeons in Munchkin, except, like I said before, when 7 are open, the game's over, and whoever has the most stuff wins. All right, first up, we got Flee for Your Lives. All players discard 2 treasures. Continuing effect. Munchkins have +1 to run away. So, sucks at the very beginning, but at least you got that +1 to run away, as long as the active seal is up. All right, here they come again. Reshuffle the door and treasure discards back into their respective decks. When running away, Munchkins must succeed twice to avoid the bad stuff. Oh, that's just miserable. You gotta do it. You gotta roll the die twice. How much anxiety is that? Reality TV. All players with no class lose a level. Continuing effect. Everyone is now a little stupider. Okay, a lot stupider. Player levels do not count in combat. So now the game's on hardcore mode. Wonderful. They just won't die. Take all monsters out of the discards and shuffle them back into the door deck. Continuing effect. After combat, place monsters on the bottom of the door deck, not in the discards. All right. I'm not sure why I picked this card to showcase, but it does affect the monster balance. Oh, thank God. This makes up for it completely. The Singularity. This is, in my opinion, one of the best cards they ever created for Munchkin, hands down, because let me just read it to you. The world has irrevocably changed. Starting with the player who opened this seal, discard all cards in play and draw 4 doors and 4 treasures as though you were starting a new game. However, everyone goes up a level unless you have to kill a monster to level up. Meaning, not the winning level. Continuing effect. No player may ask for help in combat. This is awesome, man. This is just awesome. Because let's say you're having a little trouble with your cards. Let's say you just died in a fight. Boom. Everything is back as it used to be. Now, some people might say, doesn't this make the game longer? Doesn't the game get long enough as it is? Yeah, but this is an opportunity that if you're losing to win, and if you're winning to get something, get an interesting fight, these are supposed to be interesting games. It's not supposed to be easy. So if you're feeling like you're having the easy route, try harder by getting all new things. And hey, if you're winning, you might still have good cards at the end of the day. I just love the randomness of this. Like, this is why I enjoy this game, because you get what you get, and you got to work with it. Don't get upset. Work with it. #Occupy Doomsday. The highest level players go down a level. Continuing effect. The highest level players have a -3 penalty in combat. There you go. Eat the 1%. That's all I gotta say about that. Card says it for me. On your marks, Marx Brothers. Take all cards out of players' hands and shuffle them together. Starting with the player who opened the seal, deal them all back out, face down. Alright, good card, interesting card. Continuing effect. Charity goes to the players with the fewest cards in hand, not the lowest level. So, a little bit of randomness, a little bit of interesting. I I don't have anything interesting to say about this card. It's just the Marx Brothers. That's why I put it in. But yeah, it's just, extra, good gameplay. Alien dating service. Each player may discard one alien monster, Mars Attacks monster, from his hand to go up a level. Continuing effect +6 to all Mars Attacks monsters. Doom, open another seal. So this is just a card. It's a seal, and you open another one. Thus, closing in on the end of the game. All right, the end is nigh. Take all go up a level cards out of the discards and shuffle them back into the treasure deck. Very nice. Continuing effect. Go up a level cards go on the bottom of the treasure deck when played. So they go back into the treasure. So you'll always be fine. So this is kind of a crazy card. Speeds up leveling dramatically. Obviously I have all these expansions, so it's going to be a little hard to keep going through these cards that fast unless you're playing with like a ton of people, which I probably never will for like the next 2 years because of quarantine, making these reviews so much harder because, to be honest with everyone, I'm not just going to bring the cards out and just show you the cards, because the whole point of these reviews is that I had played the game and I want to tell you about the experience of things. This is why I'm giving out specific cards that do specific things, because that changes the dynamic, and the dynamic is the fun thing about Munchkin. So in order for me to do a review, I have to play it with people. I've played this probably played this twice. One with one other person and then one with 2 other people. Obviously, the 2 other people is much better, 1v1 in Munchkin, not that great. It was just lying there, honest. Starting with the player who opened the seal and going clockwise, everyone draws face down treasure. Continuing effect, all monsters have 1 extra treasure. Well, this one just loves us, so pray you get that one. School of Hard Knocks. The lowest level players go up a level. Amen. Continuing effect, the lowest level players have a +3 in combat. Wow, two cards that just love each other. All right, here's one from Judge Dredd. Everyone goes up a level in the general confusion. This cannot give anyone the winning level. Continuing effect, no one can help you in combat except the players seated directly next to you. Well, I like the go up a level. The continuing effect's interesting. I mean, like, what if somebody's on the other side of the table and then, only the person next to you can, and they hate your guts? So it's interesting. It adds the dynamic I was talking about. All right, so now let's get into some of the cards from the original pack. We got some monsters. We got some disasters. It's not curses. Oh, no, I've done a terrible job mixing these things up. Let's see. Wow, I have a ton of monsters. Some of these aren't even from the original. Hold up. Now I gotta shuffle these things around. This is very unprofessional. Alright, I think I'm good. Boom! So anyway, let's start off with some of the monsters from the original. So we got a level 12. It's considered a shark, an investment banker, -3 against kids. Bad stuff. You can no longer sell items to buy levels. This penalty lasts until your character dies. Oh my goodness. What a jerk. Level 4 rogue office supplies. Science cannot explain them and won't try. +3 against scientists. Discard items in alphabetical order by name until the total is at least 800 gold pieces. Now you are organized. That's pretty funny. October. +4 against scientists. Bad stuff. You are squished, chomped, and generally, messily dead. BearArmageddon.com. Yes, this is my favorite card. I'm not a brony. I don't watch that show, but that's just funny. The Four Horses of the Apocalypse. You are a -1 to run away. Any bonus you thought you had to run away does not count. Bad stuff. Lose a level and open a seal. Well, I thought they honestly killed you, but still not a great consequence. And they're a high level, so, they're a challenge. I just think that's hilarious as a card. Pod People. +6 against anyone with more than one class. Bad stuff. Lose 2 levels. The players on each side of you gain 1 level each. Carnivorous St. Augustine grass. It may strike at any moment. This card may be played into any combat without using a wandering monster card. Bad stuff. It grows on you. Lose a level. So that's great, You always need a wandering monster right before someone's going to win. This is something you can keep, store in your hand and then use it at the end of the game, maybe to help someone not win, and you win later. All right, level 6 cell phone. I haven't been saying the levels, but that's all right. +3 against bloggers. No bonuses granted by your mobile phone can be used in this combat. Bad stuff. Wait. Oh, it says the exact same thing. No bonuses granted by your mobile phone can be used for the rest of the game. Oh, okay. So it adds on to the effects. And, it's a germ. And it's just, this game is so topical right now. Oh, yeah. Guys, the ghost of George Washington is out there right now. Level 10 undead, the ghost of George Washington. You are forced to salute him. So you have 1 fewer hand for this fight. Bad stuff. Nothing for you personally, but take all the disasters out of the discards and shuffle them back into the door deck. I also remember seeing some kind of video about there being a Abe Lincoln that runs around the White House, and just like that's all he does. Like apparently there's, if you don't know, there's ghosts in the White House. And one of them is just like Abe Lincoln running around, apparently. So I don't know. I love this card. I love that, it has an explanation for why you can't, you got to salute him. Level 8 FEMA trailer. Now this is probably the saddest card ever. As with its evil ancestor, you must fight it alone. No one can help you. That's fucked up. This is a fucked up Munchkin card. But you know what? Sometimes we got to go through the messed up things to just tell people the truth. Bad stuff. Show your hand and give all disasters to the player with the lowest level. If that's you, just discard them. All right. Well, I don't know why, but I just have 2 cards here. That I wanted to show you from regular Apocalypse Munchkin. Alright, Paranoid. This card may be played on anyone at any time. A Paranoid Munchkin gets +5 when fighting alone, but a negative if he has a helper. This card is not lost when you die, but may be discarded at any time a seal is closed. Disaster. Volcano. Your cards catch fire. Roll the die and discard that many cards from your hand. Alright, and now we have some treasure cards from the original. +4 bonus, Electric Tree Pruner. Double its bonus, including any item enhancers against undead. +3 bonus, usable by scientists only. Ectoplasmic Vacuum Cleaner for ghosts. Ecto. Instead of taking the combat bonus, you may use this item to remove one undead monster, plus its levels and treasures, from the fight. +3 bonus, not usable by scientist. Magnetic Crystal Anti-Monster Bracelet. It's just bizarre. Kind of reminds me of the thing, I watched a little playthrough of it, of the new Amnesia game. That doesn't look anything like what I thought Amnesia was. +3, but +4 for kid. Police Dog gives you a +1 to run away, but if you fail, discard the police dog before the bad stuff is applied. Alright, +4 bonus, usable by kid only. Double-barreled slingshot. A kid using this weapon may use his slingshot power twice in one combat. That's pretty crazy, but really not that. I mean, it's helpful. It's helpful for another person, so make some deals. Alright, tweet your last words. #dead now. #nice knowing you. Play when you fail to run away. Miraculously, you escaped anyway because the monster was not following you. Go up a level. +3 bonus, Ghillie Suit. The monsters can't chase what they can't see. You get +1 to run away. +2, with a bayonet. Place this card with an item that gives a combat bonus. That item is now the whatever with a bayonet and worth an extra +2 in combat. This card goes with the item if it is lost, stolen, or discarded. Army Surplus. Place this card with an item that gives a combat bonus. That item is now the Army Surplus, whatever, and gives you 1 extra hand. This card goes with the item if it is lost, stolen, or discarded. We also have Army Boots. You get 1 extra hand, and it counts as footgear. +4 bonus, usable by blogger only. Valuable advice from the internet. +2 tactical. Place this card with an item that gives a combat bonus. That item is now the tactical whatever, and worth an extra +2 in combat. This card goes with the item if it's lost, stolen, or discarded. Alright everyone, so those were some interesting cards from the first version of Apocalypse Munchkin. This is from Sheep Impact, and these are just some interesting cards that I found. Pretty good expansion for the game, and it adds a lot of stuff. So, first one we got, level 11, Apocalypse Mao. He foretold this day in his little red book. +2 for every printed book, magazine, or pamphlet on the table. Bad stuff. You are re-educated. Go through the door discards. The top class replaces the one you have in play. Level 11 Shark. Corporate Drone. Yes, this is considered a shark. Roll the die when it enters combat and turn over that many door cards from the deck. Any monsters you reveal join the combat. Bad stuff. Gotcha. You are dead. Level 17 Undead. Ghost in the Machine. It's not a sexy lady. It's Casper. -4 against daredevils. +4 if you have a vehicle. Will not pursue players of level 3 or below. Bad stuff. Lose your vehicle. If you don't have a vehicle, lose 2 levels. Level 13 Nuclear Family. Sorry, but it's everyone for themselves now. You may not have a helper in this fight. Bad stuff. Boom, you are dead. Level 11 Anti-Social Media. You are the story, and you aren't going to like it. Bad stuff. Open a seal. Level 17, the Antichrist. +5 against anyone named Chris. Chris with a K, Christopher, Crystal, etc. He says, down with Chris. Bad stuff. If you are named Chris, etc., you are dead. Other players just lose 3 levels. So this was funny because I was actually playing with my girlfriend, whose name is Christine, and she got this card, and she died. But luckily, remember that seal that like reset the game? That popped up, and then it was just like it never happened. Level 9 chicken Kiev. I love chicken. You ever have chicken Kiev? It's delicious. It's already cooked, so fire flame attacks are useless against it. Bad stuff. Lose a level. Level 13 undead, the Thawed Reich. Fire flame items count double against them. Bad stuff. Lose 2 levels. I really wish there was a Munchkin game where you just killed Nazis. That sounds satisfying. Software bug. Bloggers must get help to kill it, and the helper cannot also be a blogger. Wow. So wait. So like if I'm a level 9 and there's this level 3, do I just not beat it? Because it says I need help to kill it. That's just ridiculous. This is the most overpowered level 3 card just because, well, only for bloggers, but geez. Like, if you're a blogger, that card's just messed up. Disaster. First world problem. Show your hand and discard all items from your hand or the table that say usable once only. Level 7 Street Preacher. You can open a seal to send him away. You get his treasure, but no levels for doing this. Bad stuff. Lose a level. Level 5 Demon Child. Kids can use their slingshot ability to help him if they want to. Bad stuff. Give a card from your hand to every kid at the table. So, like, I think there was that crazy slingshot ability. So, like, you could give this guy a +10 if you had that, and, you know, if someone, you know, and help ruin someone's day. Or, you know, if the bad stuff happens, you know, kids just get cards. Give a card from your hand to every kid at the table. There you go. If you're a kid, this is a pretty good monster you want someone else to fight. Level 9 Shark Tank. Gets an extra +1 for every other shark in the fight. Bad stuff. You are run over and then eaten. You are dead. Wonderful. +3 Geiger counter. Do you get it? I hope you do. Unicycle built for 2. This isn't worth anything when you're fighting alone, but it is +3 when you have a helper. Extensive collection of foreign language civil defense literature. If the 7th seal is open, this is worth a +4 to your item score. It has no other use. Army Fatigues. Gives 1 extra hand. Welcome our new alien and or robot overlords. Gain an extra level if you play this right after someone kills a monster with alien, saucer, or robot in the name. Now, this is from Sheep Impact, but it thoroughly relates to Mars Attacks. So this is a very good card to have with Mars Attacks. Last guy on Earth. If you are the only male at the table, go up an extra level. +3 bonus. As foretold in the prophecy. Place this card with an item that gives a combat bonus. That item is now the whatever as foretold in the prophecy and worth an extra +3 in combat. This card goes with the item if it is lost, stolen, or discarded. Self-sacrifice. Play at any time. You may choose to lose any number of levels, minimum 1. Close the seal for each level you lose. Take this card out of the game and put this back in the box once you play it. So I have had to use this because sometimes there is a seal that just benefits someone in the wrong way. And so I think that, or was it, there was also a monster where it was like, if you can close a seal, the monster goes away. And I was able to lose a level using this and prevent someone from winning the game. Oh, look at that, a reloaded die. So if you've played Munchkin, this is just a good card in general. So I thought I'd include it for no particular reason, even though it has nothing. Well, it's important to the game, but does it? But is it a specific card to this game? No. So reloaded die, because this one can get you out of many a bad situation. Play after any other player rolls the die. For any reason, turn the die so the number of your choice is on top. That's his roll. A reloaded die can override a loaded die or another reloaded die. A loaded die can override a reloaded die. This last card played is the one that counts. Usable once only. So, any modifiers, this card says no. And that's why it needed to be in this pack and in this review. All right, so next up is the, something I was a little disappointed with. It certainly adds to the aesthetic of the apocalypse. It certainly is, some nice cards. But does it have a lot to do with Mars attacks? No, it doesn't. Like, all right. There's one scene, it's kind of a joke about how kids playing video games, would be good at shooting things in real life, because if you're shooting aliens in a video game, you'd be good at shooting aliens in real life, and they know what to do. Like so there's this one scene where the kids rescue the president, even though the president dies in like the next two scenes later or something. And like I think that was a missed opportunity, because you could have like a card, like a bonus or something, like President's Bodyguard only for kids, something like that. Like the ideas in the movie really aren't in these cards. Like, all right, we have +5 Martian Zap Rifle. This is a fire flame attack. That was in the movie, but like it's missing the whole humor of the movie, which is like, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say this in every review. That's really important to Munchkin. I'm a little tired of saying it, even though I've only at this point in time, I've only reviewed 3 Munchkins. So there you go. +4 bonus, Martian armor. While you are in combat, no one can use fire flame one-shot cards to help the monsters. Level 11 Heat Ray Saucer. It gets an extra +1 for every seal that is now open. So that's pretty powerful. Like if you got 6 seals, you got to mess with this Heat Ray Saucer. Bad stuff. Pants on fire, lose a level. Disaster, Martian Barbecue. Worst recipe ever. Lose 2 levels if you are in Texas, Tennessee, or Kansas City. Lose your appetite and a level. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of humor and stuff you need. That's like that potted plant where I think it gets like an extra couple points if you have like a potted plant in the room. Or even, they have a ton of cards like this in Munchkin. That's awesome. Level 20 Tidal Wave Saucer. A bath, +4 against kids. Also, fire flame attacks are useless against it. Bad stuff. Very wet feet. Lose a level and your foot gear. Level 14 Clam Saucer. You have no words to describe the horror. +4 against bloggers. Did I say clam saucer? Or did I say claw? I'll never know till I watch this video. Bad stuff. The claw reaches into your hand. Discard half your hand. Roundup. Level 7 Monster Bugs. +4 against scientists. Because bugs this large are scientifically impossible, or so you thought. Bad stuff. Lose a level and open a seal. And then we just have a nice little Martian helmet. Gets an extra +5 against Mars attacks monsters. So, or aliens, I guess, however you want to classify that. Your rules. So, like, I can do a quick review on this pack. It's cheap. It's got some nice cards. They look nice. Is it the, I'm going to bitch. I'm going to stop bitching. I'm sorry, guys. But, overall, since it's cheap, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10, you know. It's not like it's not terrible. Like you saw me talk about some good cards, like the tidal wave saucer has stuff against kids, and the Texas, Tennessee, and Kansas City, and I'm flipping you off with all these, you know, while we're looking at all these cards. You know, it's not a bad pack. It's just not what I was looking for, because I really enjoyed the movie, and I was really, you know, surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and how much, you know, I never even saw it before. I saw it this year, so it's kind of fresh in my mind still, and I'm really surprised that I never saw it before. So, you know, that's really my only criticism. But as a pack to Munchkin, it's not bad. It's cheap, it's affordable. It adds something to your pack. You know, if you want to buy it, buy it. It's recommended. It's not as highly recommended as maybe Judge Dredd, but you know what? If it's cheap and it comes in a, you know, a little um plastic sleeve or something, I'm like, why not? That's literally my review of Mars Attacks Stutters, is why not? So 8 out of 10, not bad at all. Plus 2 bonus plus for militia, Judge's Scowl. Yeah, so this is the Judge Dredd pack, if you didn't realize that by now. Auto Sumps Gunge. Delicious, nutritious, don't ask what's in it. By order of the Mega City 1 judges, do not ask what's in it. Play during any combat, plus 3 to either side, usable once only. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's called humor. That's called humor. Judge's Badge. You are the law. Once per combat, you may recover a one-shot that you just played. Say, I am the law, in your best Dredd voice when you do this. This pack is like $6, and I already feel like it has more humor than Mars Attacks. Stop a jaywalker with a headbutt. Bap! Go up a level. Level 12, Mean Machine Angel. What setting is Mean Machine on today? Roll a die and add the result to his level. He only goes up to 4, so 5 and 6 count as 4. Bad stuff. If he was on 4, you're dead. Otherwise, lose a level. Level 20, Undead Monster, Judge Death. Open a seal as soon as Judge Death appears. Bad stuff. Open another seal, and of course, Death, which opens another seal. So you have to open up a lot of seals with this guy. Yeah, this is pretty much like, this is how OP I assumed Judge Death would be in this pack, and he is. Side Judge Assistance. Play during any combat. If there is only one monster, its head explodes and the combat is over. The Munchkins get its treasure, but no level. If there are multiple monsters, the one with the lowest combat strength at the moment this card is played turns to your side. No one gets its treasure if the Munchkins win. Ricochet. You may recover one card that you were forced to discard. You may not recover a card that you discarded voluntarily. I like that a lot. Level 9, Robot Terror. Plus 4 against Militia, because they want one of their own so bad. Bad stuff. You are dead. Alright, so that's all the cards that I wanted to showcase today. So, I don't know why it was so hard to talk today, but I think it's just because it's been a while since I've done a review. I had a good roll going on these reviews, and then we had to stop because I didn't have anyone to play with for a while. Because I think after I did some of my initial 3 reviews, that's when I bought this, you know, because I love this one. I've played this one with my cousin before, and I wanted to have it for myself, and then I saw all these expansions for it, and I was like, let me get this. Maybe I'll even play with him. Maybe he'll really like this. But unfortunately, because of coronavirus, because of COVID-19, because of what they were calling the Wuhan flu, um, which might not be accurate, and it's definitely not the Wuhan flu anymore. It's the worldwide flu, going all over the web, spreading all the way through your internet. No, 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 it's not. Oh, I shouldn't say that. People think that 5G started this. Anyway, who knows how this apocalypse is getting on, but we know how Munchkin apocalypse is getting on. So let me review Judge Dredd, okay? Because I already gave you my review of the Martian one, which was Martian one, Mars Attacks, which I gave an 8 out of 10. It has nice. Just a recap. It has nice cards. It has some interesting cards too with their abilities, but overall, like, what's the point? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. It's cheap, so you might as well just pick it up. 8 out of 10. Doesn't really have anything like from the series that I wanted. So, oh, I got a little mix up here. Yeah, so like didn't really have. Did I say series? Doesn't really have anything from the movie that I was looking for, like in terms of comedy. But you know what? It's a nice little pack for the money. Judge Dredd is also a very nice little pack for the money, but it's got a little more humor in it. I think I got it for $6. I'd probably give it maybe a 9 out of 10. Like, doesn't have everything just because it's cheap, but it's still a very cool collection to this this variant of Munchkin, Apocalypse Munchkin. All right, as for the Apocalypse 2, Sheep Impact, I think it's a nice little expansion for the series. It adds a lot of cards, and because it adds a lot of cards, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. It definitely made me feel like I was getting a lot for the money, and it made me feel like, okay, we're adding some more monsters and things, and just kind of like, making the game a little more interesting. There wasn't any new classes or stuff in it, and actually, I forgot to show off something. You can get vehicles in this game. 1 second. Here's 2 cards from Sheep Impact, and they're both vehicle cards. So like +1 scooter, +1 to run away because your foes are laughing so hard. It's a vehicle. +3 army truck, -1 to run away, gives you an extra hand though. It's also a vehicle. So yeah, I guess you could say if you've ever. I'm surprised I never reviewed the Steed pack. It's probably because I don't have it. But if I get it, and I want it, I'll review it. So if you know what steeds are, same thing. Basically, instead of it being horses, it's vehicles. So it's very similar in that regard. Gonna recap one more time. Judge Dredd, 9. Mars Attacks, 8. Sheep Impact, 9. And as for the original, I'm going to give it a 9.5. And I'm going to play with these cards, just flipping them around and just like tossing them around and saying, woo! So yeah, so honestly, I was very happy with this. When I was finally able to play this with friends, it felt so good. Just to have a nice card game with people was just nice. But overall, I would say that, because of the price. Now, I'm not going to say this doesn't all add up. It probably was somewhere around $45 for all of this stuff. It adds up, especially for something you might not be able to play for a while. But here's the thing. I do think it's very good. I think it's definitely worth the money, and it definitely was worth it, for my enjoyment's sake. So, if you have the opportunity, give it a try. As far as, like expansions goes, maybe you could buy the original And if you don't want to spend a lot of money, get the Judge Dredd cards, get the Mars Attacks cards, because that will add a little bit of value to your deck of cards without having to spend extra money on Sheep Impact. And then maybe you get that later. You don't have to buy all these things all at once. But in fact, I didn't. I bought Judge Dredd a little bit after the fact. Even though it was $6, I felt like things were adding up quick. So maybe it was even a little more than $45 at the end of the day. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the review. I know I was a little scatterbrained this review. A lot's been happening. I'm sorry things have been a little late. There really isn't a schedule for this. It's, did I buy a new Munchkin pack? Can I play it with other people? And then also, can I get a good review together for people who enjoy this content? And I gotta say, thank you guys so much. My biggest video right now is the Pathfinder review, and I like it. I like seeing the comments from everyone. I like it. Someone said, like, you should do Pirate Munchkin. I think that's Munchkin Booty. That always makes me laugh. But like, while things are a little bit quieter, there isn't a lot of comments going on. That's really good for me because I can see them. Because when things start picking up, like on any YouTube channel you do, things just get too chaotic, and then you can't hear from people. You can't hear from people who enjoy your content, and that sucks. And then, hey, ideally it'd be nice if you had a lot of people watching your videos and you couldn't keep up with it, because that means you were actually making money. But for now, this is a project just for people who enjoy this game, just because it's something nice to do and talk about, and it's definitely nostalgic. It's it's funny because I played this year, so I'm calling it nostalgic, but you quickly form nostalgia from the times that you're able to spend with friends and play these games with them, and have everyone have a good time and enjoy themselves with the humor and the tactics, and overall just have a good game night. All right, everyone. So I want to leave you with, I hope that you guys can return to your friends at some point. I don't know what your situation is. I would definitely be careful, be safe, wear a mask when you're around a lot of people, even if they are your friends, and just keep enjoying life and trying to live it even during strange and difficult times. All right, everyone. Take care. Take care. Bye. Bye.